Kalau kalian dikasih pengumuman atau langsungan, soalnya paling pasti dan paling maksudnya karena kalau minum itu membantu untuk pasti Pak MSMSD atau sedang detoksifikasi.
Bilang udah nanti lalu nanti lagi terus mau mau harus pembangunan kamu.
Ternyata untuk bisa menerima kenyataan tidak sudah banyak.
Terima kasih. Pak, aku baru nggak punya ya. Aku lagi di semua. Aku akan bebas. Aku malu sama banyak. Aku lupa dengan apa yang sama lain.
Akhirnya membuatku menjadi pasang yang menyisa akan
Ada yang kamu ada.
Tenang aja ya. Untuk foto kita.
saat membuka
Oh iya, kemarin bagus semua.
bagus semua.
Oh, halo. Pak, aku udah sibuk banget ini. Sibuk ibu, biar nanti udah punya anak udah kalau yang lain. Udah, nanti aja kalau udah waktu. Ya, ya, sabar.
Kami dari Pekan Doa Pak.
Sakit.
Kami udah berduka teleponnya orang tua Bapak.
Yang tahu itu sibuknya ada sekitar malam. Berikan dia yang bingung bawa sakit itu. Anakku, jika kamu membaca surat ini, berarti apa sudah bisa sama-sama. go.
Welcome to Windows XP from Microsoft, the new version of Windows that brings your PC to life. Experience the best. Experience Windows XP. Best for business. Windows XP Professional shines as a business operating system. Get more work done faster, easier, anytime, anywhere. Safe and easy personal computing. Thanks to Windows XP, personal computing just got a whole lot easier and more fun. Unlock the world of digital media. Windows XP is your ticket to exciting digital media at home and on the internet. The connected home and office. Get connected. Windows XP makes it easy to share on computers. See for yourself how easy Windows XP is to use. Take this brief tour. To begin the tour, click any selection. With Windows XP, you get the proven dependability of Microsoft. Windows XP makes personal computing easy. With Windows XP, robust, reliable, compatible. Windows XP Professional marks a new standard in business software, combining enterprise-class performance and reliability with unprecedented ease of use. Built on the rock-solid foundation of Microsoft's proven Windows 2000 technology, Windows XP Professional contains all the features of Windows XP Home Edition and includes new enhanced features designed especially.
Windows XP. Everyone knows the name. You might not even know what a floppy or a CD disk is, but you are familiar with Windows XP. Literally the best and the most popular Windows version ever released. It's been 20 years and it is still rocking with about 1% of market share, barely losing to Windows 8. Someone might say that it was released at August 24th, but I would deem that incorrect. You cannot get an RTM Day package, can you? You're not an OEM, and neither am I. Windows XP had become available to consumers like me and you exactly this day, 20 years ago. That is the day when, if you got lucky, you could rush to your local tech shop and get a solution that is 20 years since XP is actually released. I will build a completely new Windows XP PC out of unused and sealed parts. It took me close to 1.5 years for all to come get them shipped to my majestic country. I didn't want to mention what kind of shipping costs I had to face, especially chunky parts. But the idea of building the all-new Windows XP computer, it was my dream. But who else is crazy enough to use that kind of endear our community? And oh yeah, I'm kidding, tech tangents. In all seriousness though, watch this video too. Nostalgic experience for boys from a previous millennium. And it is exactly what drove me to make a video of this kind myself. Many people of the time built computers and intend to play games. And it was revolutionary back in the day. You have a device way better than an arcade machine at home, free of charge, always available. Now, I'd like to put it out straight. I'm not a gamer. As weird as it might sound, I don't care about it. Therefore, I was not aiming for crazy specifications of that era. I was looking for an average home computer of middle 2000s. Like all the childhood memories and fun we've had. All have been sitting up for a while, and I can't be more happy to finance them. Let me show you everything I got for the great celebration. A keyboard, a mouse, a webcam with an internal mic, a wireless adapter, a processor, a video card, a motherboard, 2 hard drives, RAM, 2 optical drives, a floppy drive, a USB card, a bunch of sealed connectors, speakers. What's wrong with these? Gotcha. Here are the real speakers. A sealed copy of Microsoft Office 2003. And most importantly, a sealed copy of Windows XP. Additionally, I got an old new computer case. We don't get enough of these. I'd kill for one manufactured today. A 5x4 monitor. We don't get this at all either. Decided not to order a power unit from 2000. You know, I don't want to ruin the rest of the components previously shown. As I mentioned before, a video from Tech Engines showcasing an all-new build of Windows 98 initially didn't like this video, but I never thought it would be even remotely possible, considering my region and language constraints. One day though, as I was surfing a local tech shop, I found an old socket 478 motherboard. I thought it was a perfect beginning to a project like this, especially that it had the design Windows XP logo. So I pulled myself together and decided to achieve what I thought was impossible at the time. I ordered that motherboard which was last in stock, by the way, and started to roam around the internet markets for the long-forgotten sealed hardware. I managed to get most of the stuff from eBay at a bargain price. But yes, before you ask, the shipping indeed killed it. Some of the components I got from Russia. Pretty unbelievable, right? Well, the parts I got in Russia didn't have any Russian labels, since their boxes weren't intended to be a part of an advertising campaign, or them being in English was a part of a master plan. I managed to scavenge a motherboard, a monitor, and a power supply in my land. I had spare time to search Russia's tech market solely because of the help of my friends, who were sending me eBay listings of certain parts, and consulting me to help to retain the relative time correctness of everything I would get, so I could secure the parts I found quicker. Especially Tyson 100. Props to you, big man. Let's get to the meat of this video. I still can't believe I found this motherboard in stock in my local tech shop. It's not only feature-rich, but it's fully period correct, coming with the 865 Northbridge chipset and the 478 socket, which the Pentium 4 processor will go into. It was the first Intel processor supporting the hyper-threading technology, along with the Xeons, and the one I have on hand is clocked at 3 GHz. That processor was an iconic part of that era. Many computers of today still use Pentium 4, and it can run Windows 10, and now Windows 11. Absolute beast. I doubt there are people from 2000s who haven't ever heard of the Pentium 4. Unsealing the box, we find the processor and the heatsink, shipped with thermal compound applied. Fantastic. That heatsink needs some work though. The compound is so dry I can draw in it. That's one ugly smiley face. Let's get rid of it. I'll just scrape off with my handy tool and finish it up with some gasoline. That'll do. And here's the processor itself. Decently powerful and incredibly popular at the time, this bad boy will be for this. Why? Well, I imagined the 2004 and how exactly I would build a computer back in the day. If I were sent back in time and had my hindsight erased, I would go for a future-proof computer. Oh. One of the final essentials to unbox is the graphics card. I went with a medium tier one for my build, considering it is not supposed to be a gaming rig in general. I chose ATI because my grandfather's PC used an ATI card. As I opened the box, I noticed that I accidentally got through the box's flap. God damn it, man. Not the most satisfying unseal, but it's alright. I'll fix it later. Inside the box there is another box, just far more sturdy. And in it we have the graphics card secured in a plastic compartment. Below there is a thick manual, just as I love it. And a of this. No sticker shuttle. But what really concerned the point was whether the card had aging issues or not. I didn't want to face retapping this card or even worse fight corrosion on it if it was stored in a humid area. Remember, all this sealed stuff as is, no warranties. We've got all the vital parts unboxed. Now we need to assemble a build. If a computer posts, all the components are in good shape and pass the internal check. That's what I was praying for. The parts I unboxed all looked pristine. I even inspected them in detail, confirming there was nothing off. But it doesn't necessarily mean the item is good, even if it looks so. Especially that it is out of a sealed box. Tech Engine's got a wood card inside a sealed, though with suspicious looking film box, and it happened to have leaked caps. Horrible. Of course, I got a little baby case for this build. Many of you might judge me for the choice, but in the end, that's my build, right? Keep it civil, folks. Using my professional measurement skills, I found that this case is only 35 centimeters tall. There are many eBay listings offering ginormously tall cases, most of them beige. I kinda dislike the form factor, so I searched for a long time and finally found this little guy. Convenient was also like color and topped out its features. I could wish for more. Check it out, it's an entire built-in versatile carrier drive. There's a comprehensive manual on how to build it too. It's a product registration card. Too bad the company is gone, so you can't register at this point. The metal is of medium thickness and feels solid. It is mostly an issue with newer cases, where they use foil thin metal as a base, thick corrosion paper, and a mount kit. The mount kit is attached to the drive bay and has all the necessary screws. The case the screw holes are a bit misaligned, but we can work with them. The other one is impossible. The air shield snaps right in. Beautiful. The motherboard going in next. I'll position it so the connectors sit right at the shield and the screw holes align. It's difficult to do it at the beginning because the parts are new and the IO shield tends to be a little prinky. I'll also unscrew one of the slot plates so I don't have to do that later. Let's insert the brains into our robot friend and apply the new quality thermal compound. Put on the heatsink, nice and easy. Now connect the 20 and 4-pin 12-volt connectors and add to 6 of RAM. Ideally, I should have added the RAM 6 first, but should I say I didn't have a plan at all prepared for this video? I was losing the fan cable. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. Let's screw in the video card for good measure. I finished connecting the power button wires off camera simply because the angle generally filming from is quite awkward. But the angle I have to employ to film the bottom is really inconceivable. Notice how I didn't mention As I press button, the fan starts spinning. I can see a picture on the screen, and it increasingly concerns me. I built many computers of different eras, and I wouldn't accept this one to be a fail. But then, the green light of hope appears. The post screen shows up, completely blowing away my expectations.
Hey, Bullet, yes, yes, yes.
I'm so happy it let me through.
I'm so relieved.
Let's add the rest of the parts. But we have to unbox them first, as those. The floppy drive, DVD drives, the hard drive. Can I just appreciate the design of the Western Digital 80 GB drive? I think it's the best looking drive ever manufactured. Too bad nobody inherited the idea of coloring the lid as a standard. The black color is easily my favorite, compared to the old sheet metal. The wireless adapter is custom. Fabulously detailed manuals and a booklet showing off their product lineup. Look at that boombox. I love the design of Zeros. No simplicity, just creativity all around. I'll keep that brochure. Maybe one day I'll show it off like the 80 guy. Who knows? We'll grow old eventually. Just to find the city and the wireless adapter. That's one durable antenna. The PCI and the PCI Express card.
Goddamn China. Much better.
Quarter incher. That obviously won't stop me. I have my trusty wire cutters and perfect. I'll finish the job with a file. I have to be careful not to scratch the plastic. Sadly, our board subjects. I'll use a little piece of cloth as a shield. I don't really care about it. I need to sand it out just a bit, so it doesn't block the path I'll insert the drive through, and also doesn't scratch it. That'd be a simple disaster. Feels to touch soil slide. Great. I'll use special long screws that fit in install kit. They seem to be exactly manufactured for plastic washers on the walls, and as expected, a perfect fit. It's phenomenal when you build a computer just as the designers intended it, and it just works so well. You know what I mean. I'll perform the same procedure on the backside. Oh, and also don't forget floppy drive. Now let's start the bigger hard drive. There are two drive bays in this almighty little case. One under the card reader, and one at the bottom of the case. They're moderately apart, but I assume that's due to the specific layout of the case. The designer intended a chassis, which is pretty mobile and takes up a lot of front wall space. The bottom compartment can be accessed by hitching a tiny screw at the bottom of the case and sliding it out. The one on the top here cannot once you have installed the CPU heatsink. Well, as I said, no plan is the best plan, and with the power of editing, it's in there. I'll insert the 8 gig drive in there later. The next step is often omitted whilst building an old computer out of all parts. But it's important to note that CR2032 batteries don't last forever, and they also sometimes run out, every decade or so. I also have a bunch of these in my closet for a good measure. It's rather irritating when your BIOS sensor set out of power and your PC clock goes nuts. It's also so infuriating when a front panel cable just barely doesn't reach to the pin connector on the motherboard. Good thing I inspected the inside beforehand, which is why I know there was another hole in the front wall, and it might give just enough reach for a wire to connect with a bit of hassle. I popped the front face out and rerouted wire through open, and slide the additional bay with the 80 gig drive back in. I have no clue why I opted to such an obscure order of operations, but that works just as good, if not better. Next, I plan to insert the serial card. But as I played with PCI placements before, I noticed that the network card blocks COM pins on the motherboard. Repositioning the card yet again was in order. I finally managed to get the COM card in, after a bit of struggle. Inserting the network and the USB card was a walk in the park compared to the COM one. Following that, I decided to connect all the drives. Of course, using sealed wires. I got them years back from a nice old guy while visiting Moscow. The saturated beige of these wires indeed adds a new color to our fresh build. I didn't like the way they looked inside a bag, but once I removed that 15-year-old seal, I unleashed the real color of these. In case you guys see this frame, which is highly probable by that point, they are kind of annoying as their contacts aren't secured to the connector body. That results in a lot of fiddling and force to connect them, especially on the factory new power supply. Even though the PSU I got has small connectors, there aren't enough of them. That's why I also ordered a bunch of SATA to PATA adapters. PATA is slowly fading away, rightfully so. Finally, I'll set the jumper cast. I had to borrow one from an old and not functioning drive, as the 120 gig drive came without it. Everything else conveniently had them. By modifying the jumper position, I set the master and slave order of the drives. The conflicts aren't particularly exciting. There's one more thing I like to do with the drives. That is, physically labeling them. To do that, I cut a piece of masking tape, stick it on, and scribble the drive's label and size on it. Never going to be a question which one is which. This thing went from a lightweight box I could easily relocate with a single hand to a solid full-blown computer that weighs about 7 kilos by feel. I will lead, fasten the adapter antenna, and at last we can try firing up the complete build. Excitement intensifies. Beautiful. I'll briefly cover the rest of the parts, as it will take an obscene amount of time to show you everything. Starting with Microsoft Internet Keyboard. There was a Pro version of it, which I could have resorted to, but I chose not to, as there were too many buttons at the top, and I found it ugly. Personal preference. Inside the box, we find the armrest, the beginner's manual, which suggests that the use of the keyboard might result in persistent, recurring, throbbing, and burning sensation. Oh yeah, we have quite a bit of that during the first time. Anyway, we also have an IntelliType Pro software disk included. If I recall correctly, it allows remap of the keys, which is amazing. They include the software free of charge. Finally, they have two and inside the keyboard features a standard PS2 connector and yet another health warning, which I apparently cannot remove. The keyboard feels amazing for its rubber dome switches. Could give up my Mac for this one, I'm not gonna lie. Which I did, by the way. I'm currently using it to edit the video. Attaching the armrest and extending the feet really make the Microsoft keyboard shine here. In the box we find the mouse, which is USB, but by default supplied with a PS2 adapter. Interesting. Didn't expect that. What I like about this mouse is obviously the design. Microsoft really knows how to make things. The optical sensor on this mouse is also a part of the aesthetics, so you can always see the red glowing piece of it. It's looking so good. I sincerely hope one day the companies will start to experiment on product design again. Everything of 2021 is simple, black, gaming. Gaming dominates the market. I'm sick of it. The downside to this particular design, well, not really a downside, but just a quirk, is that the airtime when relocating the mouse feels a bit odd. But that's to be expected because the sensor is located in a different spot. Tablet with a keyboard combined. Isn't that a great combo? We'll add to it with the Microsoft Live Cam, which advertises the Windows Live Call button.